Start streaming. Right, we are live, and we've got 8 people waiting. We've got people in the chat already. Welcome to the Let's Get Carried Away podcast show with myself, Malcolm Cabby, and Rob and his dog. How you doing, Rob? You all right?
I'm good, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, had a productive day digging big holes in the garden.
Did you reach Australia?
Not quite, not quite. They're only about 3 foot deep, but there's several of them because I've got to measure percolation rates for water flowing through the garden and crap like that. So yeah.
I've got people in the chat already. Hello to Grindon, says evening people. Andrew Moore, hello. Richie Wade, how are you doing? Good to see you all in. Was just watching Ballard's goal in the semi-finals. I can't get sick of watching that.
No, it's cracking goal, wasn't it?
It's absolute cracking goal. So then, Brighton game. What did you think, Rob?
That it wasn't a particularly high quality game. We certainly bossed the first half. They bossed the second half. But to be honest, I'm not convinced either team looked like scoring, to be honest. I know we came close on a couple of occasions, but and to be honest, their stuff they didn't really have much on target in terms of nothing much for the keeper to do. Few pickups, that was about it. We caused a couple of issues, but I think draw was probably a fair result.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised how little Brighton did, to be quite honest with you, because I thought, they're a decent side. But yet again, this is just because it shows you how far we've come along.
I think it does. I think it's a case of both points you made were correct. Brighton are a decent side, but they have been blowing hot and cold this season. They've been playing some damn good football and scoring goals, but they've also been getting pegged back and getting beat. And they're not as consistent as they have been the last couple of seasons. But ourselves, God, it's Christmas. We're 2 games short of being halfway through the season, and we're sitting in 7th place in the league. And I think, was it Andre Moore has just said, back in August, would anybody have imagined that we would be sitting in 7th place at Christmas? The only person I can think of who even suggested vaguely that was Kev. And he's always said we'd finish 7th. So,
well, yeah, I know. There's some sort of 7th sense, isn't there? Hello to Stephen Martin. Hello to Colin Mayer. J.R. Colin, son.
Colin. Hello, Malta.
Hi, Malta said he's on in a minute. Good to see you, mate. We're in 6, Rob. Yes, we are. We're in 6.
Even better.
I know. Stephen Taylor. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Says, evening, guys. Another solid performance on Saturday. Another point towards our goal for the season, staying up. And a lot of Maltese will be on in a minute. Yeah. I was on Total Sport today. I popped in onto the show, and I just says, it was a good performance from the lads. I thought we were quite solid. I says the only concerns me is the fact our lack of goal scoring at the minute. I think we hold the lowest goal tally away from home, apart from Wolves perhaps. But yet we've got a really good, decent record away from home. That's because our defence and our midfield's pretty solid. But I did bring it up that the fact it is a concern. I says, we're not regularly scoring goals. You look at Calvert-Lewin starting to bang them in, and we play Leeds on Sunday, don't we? They could be the first team that beats us at the Stadium of Light. They're a funny team, Leeds, and I watched them against Crystal Palace. They destroyed Palace, and this is what we need. We're needing some of our firepower to start firing, basically.
Yeah.
Because we can't keep going game after game and just firing blanks. We can't.
I think there's only 3 teams in the league that have in the Premier League that have scored less goals than us this season. There's a couple that have scored the same number, but there's only Wolves, Notts Forest, and Everton have scored less goals than us this season.
Yeah.
West Ham, Burnley have scored the same number of goals as us. Our strength is the defence. There's only one defence that's better than ours in terms of goals conceded, and that's Arsenal's. Chelsea are the next, and they're on the same as ourselves with 17 goals conceded. Oh, sorry, that's a lie. Man City are on 16. So joint third best defence.
But
But
without a shadow of a doubt, if it wasn't for our solid defence at the minute and really good midfield,
yeah,
then I think wouldn't be in slightly as much of a prettier place than what we are at the minute.
no,
Um,
no.
but I'm confident that they're going to address that coming to January.
Well, there's rumours still bounding about Lorient,
hmm
Loriente, is it coming from South Solo?
Yes, I've seen little clippets of that.
Um, and there's this also persistent gossip thing about this young Argentinian lad, but I think 80 million quid's a bit too much for a teenager.
It is. It is. I mean,
But they're talking about him being the next Messi or the next Maradona.
who else did they say that's going to be the next Messi that we got, and he was completely not. Who was that again? That says going to be the next. He said he's the next Messi. I'm trying to think who was that one. He's going to be the next Messi. This fella. I don't think it was Pavida.
No, it wasn't Ian Pavetta, that's for definite. No, not sure on that one. But yeah, as I say, this young lad, he is supposed to be very, very good, and he scored something like 6 goals in 4 games in the elite club under 18 World Cup or something like that. So they were playing the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, the likes of that. They're under 18 teams. And he scored 6 goals in 4 games, I think, for during that competition.
Somebody asked them under 21, so they're currently 2-2 at the minute in the Premier League Cup. They were 2-0 down, and they've pulled it back to 2-2. They pulled a goal back in the 29th minute and in the 41st minute. Proctor for Sunderland and Jones has brought it back to 2-2, and there's currently 54 minutes playing on that one. Grindin says Nicholas Mendina. I think that was a while back. Roberts. It'll come to us.
Yeah.
It was a sign we were looking at getting, or signing we got. Coming into the Premier League, and he's supposed to be. A lot of the fans were saying, "Oh, this guy's apparently is the next Messi," and he's got a game. And I didn't even know if he's still in the books or not. But it'll come to us. I'm trying to think who it is. It's not Lafay, because he's doing all right. He's all right with Fay. I'm trying to think. It'll come to us though. It will come to us.
Yeah.
How did you think Mr. Blobby played?
He was okay. He was doing what he's there to do, which is win the ball, hold the ball up, wait for teammates to arrive. The problem we had was he didn't have anybody quick arriving at the right times for him, or he was a little bit too far forward and the players couldn't catch him up, because he appears to be quite quick as well. But I mean, he's solid. I mean, he was winning the ball, he was keeping the ball, and he had an attempt on goal, not quite as good as his previous ones, but he did have an attempt on goal. So Lollipops just said Tolby, I think was I know he was very highly rated as a winger. Um, don't think I heard him mentioned in the same mold as Messi,
A
but
mini Messi.
wouldn't sup wouldn't surprise me.
Mini Messi. Um, like I say, it will come to us. I didn't hear Robbie's name mentioned much. But yet again, we didn't really do much up front, did we?
We didn't. We had a couple of attempts. I mean, Robbie had a shot, I think. Already hit the well, already hit the goalkeeper, which hit the bar. Um, and that's really, I think that was about it. And on attempts, might have had a couple more, but by the same token, Brighton didn't really have anything that really troubled Rovers at all.
No, I can't really
So
remember it being really massively under the cosh. Do you?
no, I mean we definitely had the better of the first half. Um, they had the better of the second half, but neither team were. I don't think either team were under the cosh as such. We sort of
Ah,
at
listen.
half time we were probably disappointed not to go in with a lead. At full time we were probably happy that we didn't concede. So,
Las Palmas
six and
Mackham's
two
got it
threes.
right. It's Milama Lesic. That's
Oh,
who it
Milan
is.
Alexic.
Alexic. Yeah,
Alexic.
that's 100%. Yeah, that was the player. Um, people were saying he's the next Messi, and he just it didn't do it for him at all, did it?
He's out on loan, isn't he?
I think is he
At
out
the
on
moment.
loan?
I think so.
Bobby wasn't happy when he came off by the look of his face, says Telly. And he says Hume should have played Bobby through. I mean, yeah, let's Milton Nunes, says Andrew. Let's not forget. I mean, it's all to do with the service as well, and how good the service is to our front line. I missed that bit. Hume should have played Bobby through. I'll have to look back on that one, but no. Do you remember that one, Rob? Where Hume should have played Bobby through?
Yes, yeah. There was one ball where Hume dallied on the ball a bit, and he could have played Robbie in. But it wasn't as clear cut as that, I don't think. Yeah, Alexic is out on loan to Ekstraklasa in Cracovia in Poland.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's
for
on
a
loan.
full season. Yeah, he's out there on loan for a full season with an option to buy.
Right, let's have a look through the the player ratings with from the Roker Reports website. So they've given Robin Roofs a 7 out of 10. Made a good save in the first minute, but not really tested following that, which I've just said before, didn't I? Typically calm though, and made some good claims, some high balls. But it's right though. It's he wasn't really tested, was he, Rob?
Not really, no. I think he made 3 or 4 saves, but they were most of them were just picking the ball up. Malta.
Malta's just sent me the shop logo for his shop. Yeah, thanks for that,
Yeah.
Malta. He's just coming into the thingy now. I'll have to put him into the chat. Nordi Mukulele got 8 out of 10. Had a difficult game up against some tricky wingers, but there's no doubt that he came out on top against them. He says even set up half a chance for Rig with a header back across the box in his first half. So not a bad score for. I'm just gonna get Malta. But hello, Malta. You all right?
All right, guys.
Hey, Malta.
How you doing, Rob?
I'm good, mate.
Cheers for your logo, mate. We'll get that put up.
Cool. Your new lighting rig's looking good, like cabby, but it's got a lot of reflection on your glasses.
I know these are just the cheap B&M glasses. I need to get the anti-glare ones.
Aye.
Off if I just tilt them down a little bit, there you can.
Well, actually, just then you can't see you can't see the glare now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
That's fine.
But I've been moved into the kitchen, the bottom end of the kitchen. This is my new permanent address now for the studio.
By order of the Peaky Blinders,
By
your
order
missus.
By
Yeah.
the Peaky Blinders, the miss. Hey, I'm happier here. To be honest with you, it's warmer, it's cozier, and for Christmas I've got 2 lovely light rigs coming, like multicoloured light rigs, which is like give a bit of a mood.
Yeah.
Ambient
You can
sort
even
of
see
thing.
Susan's name up there as well.
Ah, will do I. We were just about to go through the
Go through the player ratings. All right,
the
keep
player
going.
ratings. I am just putting your Macam Shop logo there. There we go, Malta. Thanks for that, pal. I've got that, and you can see that thing in there. So there we go. Yeah. So we've got Dan Ballard. He got an 8 out of 10. Won everything in the air and bullied Brighton off the ball when they were running space. I believe he got player of the match.
He did.
Ballard again.
You got my player of the match. To be honest, you know what it is. Whenever there's a 0-0 draw, right, you've got to credit your defence, because you've got to think Premier League sides spend 50 to 130 million pound on strikers, right? And if we can hold out, you know, how much ever the opposition's strike force cost, you know, that's great for us. It's great for the roofs, and it's great for our defensive unit. Whether we're playing the 4, whether we're playing the 5, that's a 6th clean sheet. I mean, I'm just trying to think back to our last Premier League campaign. Did we even have 6 clean sheets under Moyes?
Don't think we did.
Or maybe we did. Maybe in the whole season we might have had 6 clean sheets. We'll have to look back at what the results were, but it was absolutely dire, And then we've got one more home game left this calendar year.
We've got Leeds on the 28th.
So
that's going to be a tough game, because Leeds
Leeds have scoring goals like it's going out of fashion.
Yeah.
But away from home, they're not so good.
Yeah.
No, I know. I was going to say a lot to Robin Hood. I will catch up on some more comments as well. Alex Davis, how are you doing? Good to see you. Rattle through these player ratings. I'll read your comments. Alderete got an 8 out of 10. A good defensive performance and came as close to anyone to opening the scoring. Yeah, it was a good header that. Either side of the keeper, that's 1-0. Trey Hume got 8 out of 10. Came in at left back and looked pretty comfortable throughout. Had a chance to create something when he burst forward in the second half, but just shot wide when a pass may have been the better option, and then put a lovely ball onto Lafay's head and the chance went wide. Gertrude, 8 out of 10, slotted in really well alongside Xhaka in midfield and was always an option for his defenders and was unhurried in his passing. Xhaka protected the defence well, as he always does, with some good blocks around the box and played some lovely balls forward, with one in particular to Adringa that started a counter-attack, being very good. Lafay got an 8 out of 10, was given a free roll just ahead of Xhaka and Gertrude and looked good there, put in a number of good balls into the box, including the one for Alderete's chance. Chrissy Rigg got a low score, 6 out of 10, worked hard down the right, but other than one half chance where he had Robbie got in each other's way, struggled to get into the game. Adingra as well, 6 out of 10, looked understandably rusty at times, but was a danger down our left, caused Brighton's fullback plenty of problems, often overdid it when he had already beaten his man. Brian Brobby got a 7 out of 10. He's held the ball up well and bullied the Brighton centre-halves. Had a chance when a ball forward saw him round the goalkeeper, but by the time he got his shot off, the keeper was back to save it. Although not a starring game, his departure saw the ball keeping coming back at us without anyone to hold it up. Remain Munder, when he came on, 6 out of 10. Had an opportunity when he snapshot from Lafay's pullback was saved, but a little wasteful on the ball. Diarra, good to see Diarra back following his injury, and why he may be fit again. The pace of the game was maybe a bit quick for him after his spell out. Isidore, plenty of running from Isidore, but couldn't make the ball stick up. top. And somebody in the comment said, well, who was it? Colin Major says, Adringra needs to book his game up on Sunday if he's playing. And I've heard a few Sunderland fans say that about Adringra. What you guys' thoughts on him?
He's,
You know,
for somebody that we spent £21 million on and effectively traded in a young lad, or somebody who's still quite young, to be honest, he doesn't seem to. His first game, second game, he was okay. Then he got replaced in the team, and he hasn't had much time on the field since. But he didn't look on the pace. He's quick, but I think the comment you just made, Cabby, summed it up. He tends to overdo it after he's beat his man.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to look good rather than actually just being good.
Yeah, would you say, Malta?
So, Dingra, right? What happened with him was he had a poor game against Man United. Part of it is attributed to him, but that was Regis Lebris going to the biggest stadium in England, right? And our players, what was it, that our third away game in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Right? And they got a lesson in football that day because they set up wrong, and Ahmad and Mbemo were both on fire that day, right? And the Dingra sort of, obviously the data analysts and all that sort of stuff, they've said he was a weak link that day. What you've got to think of is that one bad performance doesn't see him out of the team. The other reason why he's been out of the team is because of AFCON. Before AFCON, who would you have dropped? You wouldn't have dropped anybody, really. Right?
No, I agree. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't have dropped anybody, right? You've got Mundell back now. You've got Adingra, right? Lafay can also play on the wing. Isidore can play on the wing. Mayenda can play on the wing.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what it is? There are no favourites with Regis Lebris.
You don't think there is, no?
Enzo Lafay talks about Regis Lebris as a father figure. Who was dropped at the start of the season?
Lafay.
Exactly, right? You've got to put it in on the training pitch. You've got to show it. You've got to have those small improvements, and then you'll get your opportunity, right? Dingra, I think he needs 2 or 3 games, right? And again, like I said on Saturday, a point away at Brighton is a point well won.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, God, yeah, 100%.
You know, right? You know, if we targeted our season, right, before the season started, Regis Lebris's target was 40 points, right? Do you really think he'd put down a point away at Anfield, 3 points at Chelsea, and a point at Brighton?
No, he might have put the point at Brighton down, but I don't think he would have put anything from Liverpool or anything from Chelsea or anything from Arsenal.
I didn't put a point away at Brighton because I thought Brighton, bloody hell, they're bloody good at home, right? They are good at home. Getting a point there and a point away at Palace, you know.
Yeah.
Have Palace even lost a home game? I don't think they have.
No.
Unless look what
was said in coming up to December, like even October, we were saying, oh my God, dreading back in November, December. I mean, look how well we've done.
We have. Well, yeah. I mean, this run of games that we're in, it started Bournemouth at home. This was, you're not playing any of the promoted sides. We had to play the visitors, right? We had to play 2 games against Man City, home and away, and Anfield and Leeds United, right? Yeah. Which, yes, that is a promoted side. But Leeds United, who finished 27 points ahead of us last season in the Championship, so they should be, you know, much better than Sunderland are, right? Can't stop scoring at home, but not away. So we've done remarkably well in this section. We've beat Bournemouth 3 points. We've got a point away at Anfield, and we've got a point away at Brighton. That's 5 points from, according to visitors,
Nothing.
fans,
Yeah.
we were going to get nothing in December, right? Now, if we
hang on, we beat the visitors, didn't we, as well?
Visitors.
Fancy that, eh?
Visitors. And their own player scored because he didn't realise that in English football, we change halves at half time.
I mean, aware, man. Let's give them a bit of due, though, right? I mean, they've got an
It was a
airport.
cracking
They've
goal.
got an airport, so
They have got an airport, which
is funnily enough owned by
owner,
Durham County Council and Sunderland City Council, not Newcastle Council.
Let's go back into the chat, Robin. One-way ticket. Dave says Jack chose to not pass to Ricky several times. Anyone else notice that? Maybe knows he's not at the level needed. Robin Hood, I thought he played okay myself, talking about Adingra. David Knight says, come on, guys, press the thumbs up button. We only have 12. Yep, come on, just click the thumbs up. All it is a little click of the mouse, whatever. It helps the channel get noticed. Andrew Moore says, anyone else watching Fulham Forest? Fulham player just dislocated a finger. Camera zoomed right in on his hand with his finger sticking out at a right angle. Ouch. Presume that's still 0-0. John Bell says, I like how Regis stated the team felt disappointed about not getting the win. Yeah. And Anth says, Leeds will be a difficult game for us, I think. Second youngest in the league, says Kingfisher. Yeah, I mean, I watched the Leeds game. I mean, Palace were terrible. They were terrible. But, I mean, Calvert-Lewin, I mean, is it 7 goals in 7 games or something like that, is it?
Something like that, yeah.
That's what we need to start doing, Walter. We need to start firing.
6 and 7, because I heard the Leeds song, and they were just singing it like there was some reel went on, and it was like 6 and 7 or 7 and 6 or something. But you know what it is? Again, Rig, let's just talk about Rig, his low rating. He got 6 out of 10, right? Yeah. He's actually got the 4th most appearances for all teenage players in the Premier League this season, and the 4th most minutes. He's a teenager. He's still just a kid, right?
Still, are they being a bit harsh on Rig?
So you're being very harsh on Rig. I was there when he scored his first goal in the cup match, sitting in the East Stand, because the East Stand was the only stand that was open. I watched him score his first goal for Sunderland. Was it Preston, I think? I thought we were at home in the cup against Preston and Plymouth. And somebody we were, and me and our kid said, he is going to be a player for Sunderland, right? He's still going through his development. And so, you know what it is? I wouldn't be adverse to sending him out to the Championship or the Scottish Premier for the second half of the season, because he needs some more minutes in men's football. But it would only be to a club that Regis Lebris and his team would think that, you know what, he's going to go there, he's going to get minutes, and he's going to improve as a player, right? It's like, you remember what we did with Jordan Henderson? We sent him away, he got minutes, we sent him up to the next level. In the Championship, I don't think there'd be a Championship club who would turn down a 6-month loan for Chris Rigg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Celtic, Rangers, Hearts, they'd all have Chris Rigg in a bloody flash. Right?
Yeah.
And he'll get minutes. Men's football, and I think that'd be better than him trying to go toe-to-toe with international captains in our side. No one's going to displace Xhaka from the team. And
no
one's going to replace. If Xhaka, Siddiqui and Diarra are all fit, which there will be after AFCON, not suspended, that's our starting 3, right?
Yeah.
And then you put Lafay out on the left, and then you've got other options. And Brobbey and Isidore, they need to be looking over their shoulder at who's going to be rolling into the stadium, into the Academy Light on the 1st of January.
Well,
because
100%, yeah.
Striker and a left back I think are key for Sunderland to get, get that striker in, get that left back in, get up to 40 points, and then 50, and then 60, and then 64.
The judge is still out for Mr. Blobby, far as I'm concerned. Still, Malta. He
Uh,
holds the ball up well, yeah. But if he's a strike, he's wearing the number 9 shirt. I'm still sort of on the fence with him at the minute.
No, do you know what it is? He is a really good player, right? I've watched all of his goals that he scored in the Eredivisie over the weekend because I had nothing else to do. So he is a really good player, right? And once he gets full fitness, and then he's going to be, oh, he's bloody canny him, and he does need to get sharper. He's still not at full fitness. He's
No.
still not able to play 100 minutes.
No.
And I know Regis has got his starters and his finishers. Granit Xhaka is not a starter and a finisher. Granit Xhaka is a pivotal player, right? Mugheli, Ballard, Alderete, who just won Paraguayan Player of the Year, by the way.
That's right, yeah.
They're all solid fixtures. They know they're not really going to be subbed, right? Because they're outstanding in their position. And all the other players will know it that, I've really got to make sure I'm the starter for nothing else. And then I've got to show it in training and I've got to show it on the game that I'm actually all the way through to the Melbourne finisher. I'll give it for the 100 minutes.
Hello, Ken Walton,
Yeah.
oldest member of the channel. Good to see you. Let's going to catch up on some of the comments. Where we go. Yeah, Richard Wyatt says, not worried about Leeds. We good at home, they're not good away. Ken Walton says, good evening, lads. Can't wait for the next match. John Bell says, I think we need to mature rig at the club. Hello to L12 Bong. All right, Cabby Robin Malta. Robin says he doesn't get any service.
Yeah. And I think that is a very, very good point, is that we know Isidore can score, providing he gets the service. And he likes the ball to be played over the defender so he can run onto it. Not a long way over the defender, but basically put it over the top of the defender. Isidore's quick enough to run onto it, and he's got a keen shot. Mayenda is something similar. He's the sort of player that will outstrip a defender quite easily, but likes the ball played through to his feet. And he can't half hit it when he does it. Mundle, a little bit trickier in that he is more of a winger than anything else. But again, he's got a good shot on him and he's got a good eye for goal. Lefebvre can do it. He's more of a, I would say he's more of an old-fashioned inside forward, and his preferred position,
inside forward.
his preferred position is in the middle, not out on the wings. And apparently,
he's been getting that while Diarra's been out.
Yeah, apparently his position, his favoured position, is in the middle, and his best performance tends to come when he's playing in the middle of the field rather than out on the wings. But he can play on the wing. Riggy, totally agree with what people have said. I think he's somebody we need to keep at the club to learn from the likes of Xhaka. Simple as that. He's probably too good. Yes, send him out on short-term loans for 6 months or something like that, or until we need him again. But he's a bairn at the end of the day, as you so rightly said, Malta. He is a bairn. He's still learning. He's still growing up, for God's sake.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know he's got it in him. All of us know that. Like, but I mean, yeah, maybe we're just sort of being maybe a bit picky. I mean, it just shows you how far we've come in such a short space of time. We were sort of a bit disappointed coming away from Anfield with just a point, and a lot of Sunderland fans, even though they were content, they felt as if could have been another 3 points at the taking there.
It was just like the Arsenal game. We went away as if we should have won.
Aye.
Arsenal and Liverpool,
Yeah.
both games. If Isidore had been a clinical striker,
Yeah.
we could have won both those games.
Yeah.
Oh, ifs and buts though, isn't it? Or are you just on froze at the minute? That's because I've just disconnected that. There we are. You should be back on soon now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Richard Waite's got a very, very valid point there as well. Super Kev wouldn't have scored that many if he hadn't got the service. Fortunately, he was paired with somebody who could win the ball in the air and lay it off for him, and was brilliant at holding up the ball, and to lay it off for him. And all he had to do was hammer it into the net, and he was very good at doing that. Saying that, no disrespect to Niall Quinn, he's a damn fine striker in his own right.
I will miss. He's lacking the service. I mean, I will missing a couple of wingers. I will missing that player that can play the deadly ball. Because I've seen a lot of Sunderland fans and that, and saying that a few of the games this season are lack of service. We've heard that so many times before. So
yeah.
what are we missing?
Those balls come from the midfield, though. They don't necessarily come from the wingers. They come from the midfield.
And
it's like my ender's goal in the playoff final. That was Watson, who put the ball to Lafayette, who then basically just played the ball across
to Roberts, and Roberts slotted it through, didn't he?
Yeah, Roberts reverse passed it through to my ender, and the rest, as they say, is history. And we've seen it with Isidore, particularly at the Stadium of Light, where if you play him in with a ball similar to that, i.e., not necessarily over the top, but past the defenders so he can run onto it, there's a fair chance he will hit the target. I'm not going to say score a goal, but there's a fair chance he'll hit the target, because he only seems to hit the target about every other shot.
Yeah, he's not as clinical as what we actually need.
No,
right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the last-minute goal at Anfield that he should have scored.
Yeah.
There's actually, what it is? There is no excuse for that. He should have scored that goal. He
didn't look up. That was the problem. He wasn't aware the defender had got back.
Well,
so
because the defender, if you watch the goal back, the defender, further outside the box, the defender, he gets that he's behind him because there is some sort of bodily contact there. And then the defender sees that he's going to go around the keeper. So the defender, who's clever, international defender, goes on to block on the line. Yeah. What he should have did is, as soon as the keeper started coming, he should have put it away.
Yeah. Interesting point John Bell's got there. He says the neck on Meander, he could outstrength most defenders. I tell you what, him, Robbie playing together, that'd scare most defenses in the Premier League, because they're both built like brick outhouses.
They are, and what it is, all of the players have got stronger as well.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen how much of a tank? I mean, Dan Bollard was a tank before. He's even more of a tank now.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how many, you know what I mean, it would be able to how many players we can keep in January. I do think Meander will be out on loan. Do
you think so?
I do. I've got this funny feeling. I think he'll be out on loan. I don't know what you lot think. Sorry.
Do you know what it is? I wouldn't hesitate to send him out on loan because I know that this recruitment team are not like previous ones. The person will already be through the door before Mayenda's loan is approved. And
Yeah.
championship managers and agents will be saying, I will have Mayenda. And again, did he not get a new 5-year contract or something at the start of the season?
I think he did.
He
That
did.
means-
He did. Yeah.
There's just
Right,
something
so-
Regis Lebrie's just not quite seeing something in him, is he?
Well, it's not that. It's just that we've got actually a world-class player in Granit Xhaka, and he is setting the standard. And because he's here, other players now want to come to Sunderland. And so if we're getting a couple of mid-season upgrades, Dan Neil and Dennis Serkin, thanks for your service, lads. You know, Dan Neil, local lad, right?
Yeah.
Dennis Serkin, you know, we've been there more for Dennis Serkin than Dennis Serkin's done for Sunderland, to be honest, because we've been there through all of his injuries, right? He's now Regis Lebris doesn't seem, because I think they both are Premier League and European quality players, but they're not good enough in this Sunderland side to get in. And they could both go to Premier League clubs. I mean, there was talk of Dan Neil going to Liverpool a couple of seasons ago. You know,
Yes.
the first year we were in the Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of fizzled out, hasn't it?
Well, that was because Klopp liked him, you see. And
Yep.
maybe Hendo was probably in his ear as well. Hey, Klopp, get this lad. He could be the next Jordan Henderson, you know.
Yeah.
So again, I think he'd do really well. In fact, I think both of them would do really well in Serie A. If you look at how many Scottish players have gone out of Serie A, right, where the pace of the game is different to the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think he'd do really well there. And then, I mean, Mayenda, he's still a Spanish under-21 international, right? He's still a young lad. He's still got many seasons to, you know, he's still got this season and next season really to improve, get out on loan, get more games, and improve his technique, finishing, heading, you know, taking on that man. The thing with Isidore is he loves scoring in the rocket end, right? You know, whenever he gets the ball going down that left wing in the rocket end, you think, he's going to score now, and he does, right? He needs to do it away from home, and he needs to be able to finish with either foot.
Yeah.
Because if he was on his left, like, you know, against was it Alisson, the Liverpool keeper, or was it, I can't remember if it was the new goalkeeper, right? He was actually on his right. If he was coming in from the other side, I think he would have scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See your point there. Like
Yeah,
Peter
you
Harvey,
get that.
Peter Harvey in the chat says, let us see who we buy in January 26. I would love Sunderland FC to play in Europe. Telly says, we get into the final third of the opposition and no one tries to shoot outside the box. This is what Villa's doing well at the moment. They're getting a sniff and goal and they're trying shooting and that. And yeah, I see where you're coming from. I was trying to pass it into the box. You know, like if you see a gap, have a shot. You just don't know. That was a good one, says Kingfisher. Anth SAFC says, depends if we bring someone else in. If not, I don't think he will. Talking about contracts, says John Bell, does Regis end in 2026? Steve Taylor, Serkin as well, 20 million back to Spurs, start of the season. Yeah, I don't know with Serkin with Spurs. I mean, we're doing better than Spurs at the minute. It's like,
yeah.
I think it'd be I think it'd be a step back for Serkin going to Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with Serkin, yes, he's had his injury issues, but just think about our big central defender, Dan Ballard. We've always said he was made of glass because he gets injured, if you looked at him in the wrong way, he'd end up with a groin strain. And yet, I know he got injured at the beginning of the season and he was out for a couple of games. But since then, he's come back and he's just a monster. And I wonder if there's been a change to the training regime that is making those players that were prone to picking up injuries and knocks less affected by them, shall we say? And I'm just wondering if Sirkin coming back, because Sirkin's been touted several times as a future England fullback. It'll be interesting to see if the new training and recuperation training that they do is going to be the sort of thing that's going to see him less prone to picking up injuries.
Yeah, but I mean that's one thing. I was just trying to think, which was it Spurs last season under Ange? They had something like 16 injuries.
Oh yeah. And
Right?
the thing is, so did Forest. Forest had a lot of injuries at the beginning of the season because they were playing, the football equivalent of buzzball. So,
Under 21s are losing 4-2 away to Colchester, but apparently they're through to the next round anyway. So that's an update
they've put
on
the
that.
under 16s out, haven't they?
They are getting mauled. Well, they're not getting mauled really, are they? But
Yeah.
2-2 just a few minutes ago. Flying in. No, but like I said, it's if someone says to you, sitting sixth in the Premier League for Christmas, you'd chase them. You'd be laughing at them, wouldn't you?
You would. You would. I mean, I think most Sunderland fans would have been happy with Sunderland being in 17th halfway through the season, as long as they stayed 17th till the end of the season. That's at the beginning of the season. Now we're all looking to see whether a European place is possible. I mean, Jesus Christ, I can barely remember the last time we were in Europe. I can remember it, but barely. Yeah. I did go to the first game, the home game
Did
at
you go to
Roker
any of the away
Park.
matches or not, Rob?
Yeah, no, I did. I was only 10, 11 at the
All right,
time, mate,
okay.
and
Fair enough.
my dad was working, so I couldn't guarantee to get to the away games. But I used to go to all the home games, and I went to the first European.
Festosa.
Yeah, I went to that game.
That program.
But I mean, and it used to be a standing joke. The last time Sunderland were in Europe, that it was the Vikings that took us, wasn't it?
I'll let them have that. I'll let them have that.
They say Fulham have scored against Forest. I tell you what, West Ham are going to starting to it's not looking comfortable for them, is it? They're on 13 points and 18th. They're the third. They're occupying the third off bottom spot. Cut adrift. I mean, Nottingham Forest just above them on 18 points. If Forest were to get something or a win tonight, it's putting pretty much daylight between Forest and West Ham, in it. So I think not looking good for West Ham, is it?
David Knight mentioned that earlier on, that the fact that Hammers are dying a death at the moment.
It's good for us. You know what it is? It's good for us because we've got West Ham away coming up soon. I mean, the games are going to be coming thick and fast.
Yeah.
In theory, all Sunderland have got to do, and I know it's easier said than done, but all they've got to do is just be better than the three teams that come up from the Championship. And people keep saying the gulf between the Championship and the Premier League. And you think, well, it shouldn't be so much of a difficult feat. But when this happens, when teams like Sunderland and Leeds and Burnley come up, and Leeds and Sunderland are holding their own, definitely Sunderland, that's where it makes it tricky.
Yeah.
Which is good for the game. It's good for the league. I'm not saying it's not, but as I said before, the longer you stay in this Premier League, you should go from strength to strength. If your club's run properly from above, you should go from strength to strength to strength. To virtually the fact, like, well, you're going to be miles away from going down, but it hasn't happened with Wolves. Look at the times, how long we were in the Premier League for. We were badly run. We got sucked into it. So, it's all about getting it right, to be like a club like Everton, who they've never been relegated, or, the Bournemouth and the Brentfords and things like that. It's just keeping in there and keeping away from that sort of drop zone. You know what I mean? And it's all about how your hierarchies run the club and the decent players. I mean, it's not just your players on the pitch. It's everything, isn't it? It's absolutely everything. The players who you pick, from the coaching. There's a lot we don't see behind the scenes. In the training, the spirit in training, and how the lads are getting on with each other. There's a lot of factors in it, isn't there? A hell of a lot.
Yeah.
John Bell says Chelsea will probably come in for Regis at some point. Now, this is a thing. If we do finish in a European position this season, right, and I'm not joking, because the way we're going on, is he not at risk? Sunderland are not at risk of losing Regis to one of the cartel clubs, do you think?
I'm not sure about the cartel clubs, but it wouldn't surprise me to see one of the big European teams coming in for him.
AC Milan, right?
AC Milan, Juve, Atletico Madrid, somebody like that.
Do you think we've done? Do you think if we finish, say, 7th or 8th, do you think that'll brand us doing enough to attract interest from the likes of Milan and that?
Oh, of course it will. Of course it will. You've got to look at the types of players that Milan and Napoli are buying, right? I mean, Scott Montgomery went to Napoli.
Yeah.
And won Player of the Season.
Yeah.
For the Serie A.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's a difficult one. I hope that the club have got him. Well, I know they've got him nailed down on a contract till 2028. It means nothing, but the thing is, Regis bought into KLD's project,
the 10-year plan,
the 10-year plan, and right. Regis is renowned as being a coach who brings youth on. He did it at Lorient as a youth team coach. He got a lot of first team players that were in his youth team, made it into Lorient's first team. Some of them then went on to much bigger things, i.e. Lafay went off to play in Serie A.
Roma.
And he is renowned. What really worries me is, would the French national team come in for him? He might be sorely. He might be sorely. I'm not sure. Is it not?
He's been manager for quite a while. A successful one as well. I can't remember his name. I can picture him.
So can I. Little guy, blonde hair, or grey hair these days. But yeah, I know who you mean. I just can't remember his name. But perhaps the French national team might want him. And as a Frenchman, could he turn down the offer? It's like Big Sam, could he turn down
to be honest,
the England job?
Didier Deschamps is his name.
Didier Deschamps.
Didier Deschamps.
Right.
Yeah. To be honest, France must be second favourite for the World Cup.
They're always there.
Behind Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, not behind Italy. I'd say Spain are the favourites. I would say France are second and Argentina are probably third. Because Messi is winning. They did win it last time. That's why they've got to be in the conversation. Brazil, as well, and Germany. You can never underestimate the power of Super Saint Nick.
No,
who loves scoring own goals and that.
But it depends on which end he scores them in. That's
Well, yeah, that's it. That's why Argentina could be favourites because he'll score own goal in the wrong net straight after half time.
Back on the chat,
So
Colin, I'll get your comment in a second, mate. Like Cecil, Kingfisher says KLD will spend more on the transfer window because of our position, and Regis Labrie will not go. He has faith in the team. John Bell says Chelsea youth policy, they'll be watching Regis with interest with another young squad. Richard says, according to Lorient fans, Regis wouldn't leave while he was under contract. John Bell says he's the next Arsene Wenger. John McKinney says there was no 10-year plan, only the 5-year plan that was in its last year. Marco73, why would Regis leave if we get into Euro? Surely we can keep him and give him what he needs on the pitch. They're signs of the huge backing and trust and belief they have in him. Las Palmas Smackham says the French manager is stepping down after the next World Cup. Stevie Taylor says, honestly, can't see Regis Labrie. I mean, look, he does look settled there, but what you have to understand as well, he's not a Sunderland supporter like we are. It's a job for him, isn't it? It's a job. I mean, obviously, you do get a soft spot for Sunderland as you get involved, as we've known with many players, and that had nothing to do with Sunderland, but end up red and white through and through afterwards. Who knows? It might be getting a hold of Regis Labrie already, like, but
maybe he's already has.
We don't know. I mean, when you think before he came to Sunderland, all we kept talking about was, I'm not sure about this guy, got his last club relegated. Can you remember? That's all the Sunderland fans were saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they did, but most of that was the fact that the club sold his team out from underneath him.
Yeah.
They sold Laffey, they sold a couple of others that he'd brought through from the youth ranks, and left some big holes in the team that they didn't fill. Under those circumstances, would we sack him if we suddenly stopped turning up and tumble down the table? Would we sack him? I don't think we would.
I don't think Kirill would do that.
No, I don't think we would. And perhaps the fact that he is friends with KLD as well as being his manager.
That's a good point, Rob, because I mean,
coast.
And Malta's said this in the past as well, and the fact, like, it's not just the manager, it's like for the first time in goodness knows how long, we've got a well-knit, really good relationship from the top through the coaches, through to the manager, through to the player recruitments.
Yeah.
Right the way through, there's this togetherness that everybody's singing off the same song sheet, and it's great. And if you've got that, not just a really good coach, happy coach, if you've got a happy camp right through the board, then therefore you get equals the results in how you're playing on the pitch. Because not once this season have I seen Sunderland dip in form. You know when you go like 5 or 6 games we're being crap, or even our mentality when we're playing the lesser teams in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Our standard hasn't dropped. Some say, well, you're talking rubbish, Cabby, because we lost against Burnley, but it was only fine minds. If we'd have scored those sitters, it would have been a different game completely. So it's telling on the pitch straight away, isn't it? Because every game we're playing, even Man City away. If I had those chances, we put them away at 2-1 when Wilson Ease it always through. It could have been a different game. So, and it's such a refreshing thing because I mean, how many years did we go through where it was manager after manager after manager? And it's so nice to have like steadied the ship. Like we're now into calm waters, and Regis Labrie is still here, and long may it continue.
Yeah, no, totally agree, Cabby. Totally agree. It's just it's typical of the Premier League. You have some success, and then the vultures start circling, wanting to pick the bones and take the best players away. I mean, just noticed Pete Harvey has said Man United are after Siddiqui for 40
Of course it
million
will be.
plus 40 million plus Ahmad. Right, I'd have Ahmad back, definitely.
And you know, I'd have Ahmad back in a separate deal. I will
Yeah.
not let you have Siddiqui
Yeah.
for 2 seasons.
And I think that's exactly what Marco 3773 has said. 40 million plus Ahmad for Siddiqui. But he would want to keep both of them in the SAFC shirt at the same time. Keep Siddiqui and go and get Ahmad. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell
'Cause
you what, you cannot undermine Siddiqui. He's a hell of a player, him.
he is
He's an amazing player.
phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He just never bloody stops. He's quite skillful, but he just never stops running.
Oh, can you imagine if we had Siddiqui and Ahmad in the squad, though? Crikey. And do you know what? I mean, I know money talks and this and that and the other, but for personal terms, I don't think it will be difficult to get Ahmad to come to Sunderland. I mean, you can't tell me.
Ahmad will come back to Sunderland tomorrow.
Well, you can't tell me he's not keeping an eye on what we're doing, and you can't. You know, he must be looking and thinking like, wait, friggin' hell. Do you know what I mean? Imagine being out there now.
Yeah.
Being in the prawn sandwich brigades every time you score a goal at the Old Trafford, like, yeah, good goal. You know, and he'll have seen the atmospheres at the Stadium of Light. You know, he keeps an eye on it, and it wouldn't take him much to pluck him out and say, come over here. He loves it over here, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's and John Bell's just going back to Regis. John Bell was saying, Lorient sold their 4 top scorers over 2 seasons, and strangely enough, they got relegated.
Yeah,
it's not bloody rocket science, is it? If you take the goal scorers away, you're not going to win.
That's exactly what Kirill saw. He saw that, right? You know, he's gone from finishing in a European place to relegation, but actually the club were in financial pressure and they had to sell out all of their top stars. So that's why they got relegated. And I remember, I think it was, I think it might have been, it was either ALS or Wise Men Say. They did a podcast with the French reporter, you know, when we signed him.
Yeah.
And they said about the type of football he plays, and said the only reason they got relegated was because all of his best players got sold, and they were not replaced.
Yeah.
John McGinney says Ahmad won't come back. He'll have much bigger suitors than us. It's all business for players. Nothing says he will come back.
Yeah, and to be fair,
Stephen Taylor says, who would Ahmad replace as well?
John's got a very, very valid point there. Who would, would he come back to us when you've got the likes of Bayern Munich or
Barcelona,
PSG or Barcelona or Real Madrid saying, "Oh, come and play for us." Mind you, it'll not be Real Madrid because they won't pay the money out for him.
They're terrible at the minute, Madrid, mind. Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Really
but
bad.
it's their model is they wait till players come to end of contract and they'll sign them.
But it's the big market and clubs, isn't it? The likes of the Barcelonas, the Man U's, the Real Madrids and stuff. It's like the clubs that have got like a globally huge. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're globally huge, that means you're going to get good money when you go to them clubs and play.
Yes, I totally agree. And the thing is, Ahmad is very, very good. I'd love him to come back because I actually think he's the sort of player we need.
You tore us to shreds at Old Trafford, Ahmad.
Yeah, alongside Lafay in our midfield, attacking midfield, we would be unstoppable if we had Ahmad in the team. Because the service for the likes of Isidore and Brobby and Mayenda and Mundell would be there.
Yeah, it's...
we either need to get him back or find another one. And I'm sure Regis has got the feelers out for another one already.
That's the only thing that would stop Ahmad is the fact, like, the bigger ponds he could go into.
Yeah. and how much money they're prepared to pay him in wages. Because at the end of the day, football careers are fairly short, 13, 14 years, normally top whack. And they need to earn as much money as they possibly can. Yes, we know they get paid bloody silly money these days, but you know, it's not like the days when I was a lad when you had the likes of Pop Robson on £500 a week, which was a lot of money in those days. But at the end of the day, if you get paid £500 a week, that's only what is it, 25,000 a year? It's not a vast amount of money, is it?
It'd be mad if we
And-
got into Europe this season and Man U didn't, and you know what I mean. And Ahmad's going to be looking at us, isn't he? But like you say, is he? Like you say, if the big boys come knocking on his door,
Yeah.
he probably not give us a second thought.
We know he's a Sunderland fan at heart, and if we do get into Europe and he's available, he might consider it.
I mean, when you think of it, right? I mean, yeah, such a huge club, Man U. We know they are, but look, that time he was at Sunderland, he'll have not have felt or sensed that much passion towards him. There's what he's getting now at Old Trafford.
No.
Oh, no, not at all.
You know what I mean? They were singing his name non-stop, and you know.
You know, the other thing with Man United as well is you've got a lot of tourist fans, and it's not just Man United; it's all of these big six clubs, right? I think we've got the highest season ticket ratio because Man U, Liverpool. Actually, I don't know if it's Man U, but definitely Liverpool, Newcastle, Spurs only sell 30,000 season tickets. And the rest of the tickets go to these ballot systems and all these dodgy sites selling the tickets.
Scottish schools have 20 tickets for the game against Barcelona. Yeah.
It's. I mean, there's no harm in going in for him. I mean, crikey. I mean, it just. But you certainly can't complain the players that they've fetched in. I mean, there's that Arthur player looks like he's going to be away.
Arthur
Masuaku, and there's a lot of Sunderland fans saying, thanks for your time, but you're not going to be missed a lot of the times when you have played. You've been a bit of a cart horse, especially at Old Trafford. I think it was only really a shortish term anyway, but a lot of fans saying he's not really cutting it at Sunderland. He'll not be missed if he was away, which looks like he will be away in January.
I hope we sign Gertruda permanently in January, just like we did with Isidro, because you know what he is. Like 09.
What do you like about Gertruda, Malta?
Pardon?
What do you like about Gertruda?
That he can play pretty much anywhere. He's a utility man. He gives it all.
That is the exact word I was thinking, Malta. He is a utility player. He can play anywhere in the field.
So this is what I was going to say. He is the Premier League equivalent of Luke 09 in the Championship. He's the Swiss Army knife, right? That you can just put him anywhere.
Yeah.
You can put him anywhere and he'll do a job.
Yeah.
And he's good. He's not just like, Niall Quinn went in goal, right? Which was hilarious, by the way. You can put him somewhere and you're confident of him. You're confident in his ability. I really like him. And I think he's played like 13 games this season for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good. He's an international. He's going to be going to the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
And him and Mr. Robbie, hopefully, will fly the Macam flag for with the Dutch and the roofs. So that'll give us a Dutch triangle, just like AC Milan had in the 80s with Gullit, Van Basten, and what do you call it, Rijkaard? This can be our Dutch trio to lead us into Europe.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of players at the World Cup, though.
No,
because our general will be there. with
Why, of
Switzerland.
course. Isidore
Most
with high.
there's a fair chunk of the
And
African
most of our
teams that have
SAFCON lads
yeah
qualified as well.
Not get much of a break, are they?
Nah.
they're not going to get much of a break at all for a couple of seasons.
Colin Major answering that question. He says, Colin says, do you think we'd need to play at an even higher standard than what we are playing now for next season?
I think I would expect us to play at a higher standard next season. This season is the get used to playing in the Premier League season.
I
I think next season it'll be we've been here, we've seen this, we know what to do in this case, this scenario, and I think it'll be an improved team next season.
That's one thing. The teams in the Premier League that don't stand still. The Premier League does not stand still, right?
Nope.
And you see that, Liverpool won the title at Cantor.
Yeah, they did.
They went to spend 400 million quid. And the striker that they bought, Isaac the Rat, has broke his leg and he's going to be out probably for the rest of the season.
Is it a broken leg?
Is that been confirmed? Has it, Malta? Yeah.
Broken leg, just come in from a live score. Isaac undergoes surgery. Liverpool confirmed forward suffered fibula fracture versus Spurs. Set to miss multiple months.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and I mean, I said this a couple of weeks ago I think it was this show 2 weeks back. I think what's happened at Liverpool is last season they won the league at a canter with Jurgen Klopp's team.
It was Jurgen's team?
Yep. This year, what we're seeing is Slot is trying to get them to play his way.
Mm-hmm.
And they've brought in £400 million worth of striking talent. And the upshot is that what I think Slot is trying to do is trying to get Liverpool to play the same way that the visitors played last year, with Isaac as the target man. And that's when Isaac will start scoring. Well, that's when I think Isaac would have started scoring goals, is when they started playing the same way Newcastle did, which is everything was geared towards playing the ball to Isaac to put it in the net.
Yeah.
That's not been happening at Liverpool this year. Szoboszlai's been probably their best striker, and he's a bloody defender.
And Peter Harvey says, is the Everton FA Cup game being televised? Don't know.
It's on Discovery. It's on Discovery Plus. So TNT is actually owned by Discovery Channel.
How many channels do you need to watch a game of footy? Crikey.
Oh, well, blame the FA, to be honest.
It's crazy, isn't it? Neither wonder people has a dodgy stick. You need to be subscribed to about 30 different channels.
Yeah.
And in India, for those Indian watchers and subscribers, they'll all tell you it's £2 a month for every single game, every single channel. This is actually through Tata Sky, so through the app, and you can watch all the matches back in full, or the highlights as well. And you've got so much content on the Premier League, Bundesliga, NFL, NBA, MLB, ice hockey, boxing. £2 a month.
Yeah.
So they do it in India at a scale. Obviously, you've got over 1 billion people there, right? And the Premier League is massive in India. If it's £2 a month for that, right? It's actually not £2. It's 200 rupees, which is about £1.80.
Just rub it in, Malta. Just rub it in there.
I will. I will rub it in. It was great when I was in India, man. I was like, it's like the best £2 I've ever spent in my whole life.
Yeah.
Right, in just 2 seconds. I've just got a call coming through here. Hold on, just 2 seconds.
Is this our friend?
Hold on, I just need to get this a second.
I thought he'd be going on his holidays fairly soon, Gabby.
Hello, how you doing? Hello. Oh, Tinsel, how you doing? How you doing? Are you looking forward to these next few days then? He says absolutely no worries at all. He says he's thanks to the channel. He said I think he's going to be safe from gas mark 5. So there we go. So that I believe Tinsel's going to do some 3 predictions then. So we're going to dive straight into it. We're going to go on the Boxing Day, which is a crazy kick-off time, isn't it? Manchester United against Newcastle. Tinsel, what you reckon? Aye. He reckons Newcastle are going to get one over Man United, and he reckons Newcastle's going to win 3-0. What do you a lot reckon?
Tinsel, what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Is it at St James's Park, or is it?
It's at the Prawn Sandwich Brigade Stadium.
It's at Mouldy Trafford, is it? Yeah, it's. I would disagree. Newcastle don't travel well. We know that.
We know that exactly.
And it's a lot further. It's a lot further to Old Trafford than it was to the Stadium of Light.
Me personally, I don't know. They've not got a bad record, Newcastle against Man United. I don't think.
I think it depends on which Man United team turn up. If it's the one that we played, they'll beat the scum.
And Ahmad will be getting them all ready for it, man. He'll be saying, lads, we need to beat these visitors. And it will be a housery of the greatest extent if Man United also do the same and put on the visitors as well. And I can just imagine Ahmad speaking to the guy who runs the sign saying, can you put Manchester United or
against
just United
scum.
Against the visitors.
Just United 1, visitors 0.
I think it'd be funny if all the clubs started
before the game starts. Even before the game starts, I'd actually just flash up the score of 2-0. You know.
Oh, do you mean?
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? I'm gonna go for a 1-1. What are you going for that game?
2-0 to Man United.
Yeah,
all day.
I would agree. 2-0 to Man United.
2-0 to Man United.
Ahmad first goal scorer.
Ahmad.
Yeah.
Right, on to the next game. This is a tasty one. This one we're looking at. This is on Saturday. The next game. This is at a 5:30 kickoff. This is Chelsea against Aston Villa. Tinsel. Interesting. He reckons Aston Villa is going to get derailed at Chelsea, and he reckons Chelsea is going to turn it on, and Chelsea's going to be 2-0 winners against Villa. That's a big shout there, mind. What do you reckon, lads, for that one, Chelsea Villa?
I think that's got a nailed on score draw written all over it.
I was thinking Desmond.
You're going for Desmond too?
Aye.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Okay, then I'm going for. Yeah, I fancy that as a 0-0 game. I'm going, but who knows? I'd like to see Villa do well. I hope they get the title. It'd be great. Something different completely. In the last game, we've got a small matter on Sunderland against Leeds on Sunday, which is a 2:00 kickoff on Sky, I believe. Tinsel, do your thing. Aye. I don't know about that. I don't know. He reckons that Sunderland Leeds is going to be the hardest team to play at the Stadium of Light this season. And he reckons that Leeds could be sneaking a sneaky 1-0 win. Tinsel. I mean, he's entitled to his say. Lads, what do you reckon?
That's very true. I think he's wrong. I think if he's not careful, I'll be sending the Paxo. However, yeah, I think it'll be a hard game. And I know we've said already that Leeds don't travel well, but they've hit a vein of form over the last couple of weeks. That's 2 or 3 weeks. I think it'll be a hard game, and I think we'll probably snake it by 1 goal. So I would go 1-0 to Sunderland.
Sneaky 1-0. Malta, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go both teams to score 2-1 to Sunderland.
You're going to go for 2-1 to Sunderland, are you?
Mhm.
I can't see us getting beat because I think we're so good at the minute, especially at the Stadium of Light. But we must start putting the ball in the net because Calvert-Lewin's on fire. He is really on fire at the minute, and
Yes.
if we didn't put the ball in the onion bag, then we could be in trouble. But I'm going for 2-1 Sunderland.
Yeah.
And Richard Wake says, "Get that tinsel in the oven." He says, "Not very nice. He says, I'll have the RSPC on to us soon." Tinsel, thanks very much. So, are you looking forward to Christmas then?
I don't really celebrate Christmas.
I cannot really repeat what he's just said there, and he's just hung up.
He was talking to Tinsel, man. Rob thought you were talking to him.
No, Rob thought was talking. No,
yeah.
I was talking to Tinsel. I can't repeat what he's just said, and he's just hung up. I'll have to ring him later on, see if he's all right. I think he's paranoid a little bit. So I'm sure he's all right.
Paxo, isn't it?
Aye. I'll ring him later to see if he's okay. But I cannot repeat what he said on air. It's not a good thing. So thanks, Tinsel, as well.
He wasn't talking gobbledygook, was he?
Here you go. Spitting feathers, one of the two.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Colin Major says 2-0 to Sunderland. Ahmad is in Afghan, says Marco. Kingfisher 1-0 Sunderland.
Why is he?
Apparently so. Marco says 2-2 draw. Anth says 2-2 against Leeds. Robin Hood says it's annoying here in Jamaica, here in America. I can't watch all the games at the moment. I have a subscription to Peacock, but I also need one for USA channel to catch the best. I thought every game was free in America. On Fox Sports and all that. I don't know. Glad you like Tinsel Kingfisher. Marco 3773 said Sunderland ticket for the FA Cup game at Everton are sold out. Sold out in 15 minutes, apparently. What a fan base we have. And I think
they were sold out after 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
They've got 7,000, haven't they?
I was in the queue, right? And then I got in at 8 minutes. Couldn't get a ticket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At 8 minutes past 12.
That'll be a great day out at the David Dickinson Stadium.
Yeah.
I think that'll be because the fans get on really well. There's a great relationship between two sets of fans, and I just think that'll be a nice, relaxed, good day out at Everton there, and I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good atmosphere.
Yep.
Good day out.
I like the comment from Las Palmas Mackham though. Will Sunderland be the first club to appoint a shithousery clause?
Step forward, Luke.
Coach. Brilliant.
I wonder what VAR would have done if he went up and started like kissing an opposition player. That's not an offence, is
it?
Unless they go down like a bag of spanners. In which case you'd get done for lip butting them.
1-3-0 to Sunderland, says Richard. Colin Major says
giblets.
One word for Tinsel. Giblets. I don't know if Malta, can you hear Tinsel, or you can only hear Tinsel if you're actually watching the YouTube channel, I think. I don't know how.
Yeah,
it
doesn't come across on Zoom. Yeah.
You won't be able to hear him, Malta, will you?
No.
If you're watching back, you'll be able to.
I'll watch it back. I'll definitely watch it back.
Hear it. Maniac 76 Hector says, "Hello guys, glad to see you guys doing well. See you next season." I
think we will. I think we will, probably along with the Borough.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a good point at Southampton.
Yep.
Down to 10 men. It was a very Luke 19 type challenge you guys did as well. So I'm going to end it now. I'm going to get some soup and noodles. Maybe put a Christmas film on. I do appreciate it for you lads popping on. What's your plans for Christmas? Are you doing much?
Fairly quiet from my perspective. Sue's the Ayatollah Susan's sister's down from Siam
Mhm.
for a while, so Christmas dinner will be a late affair. It normally is about 7 in the evening. We don't do afternoons. So it'll be fairly quiet. There'll be no doubt there'll be a fair bit of alcohol drunk by the ladies, and I probably won't.
Malta, do you celebrate it yourself, or you just treat it like a normal day?
No, it's just a normal day for me. I'll play some Skyrim, maybe watch the Visitors match again. You know, listen to some podcasts.
Absolutely. Oh, I forgot to set the transcript up on this one. I must keep remembering to do that. Yeah, so I say Merry Christmas to everybody. To Rob, I know you don't possibly celebrate a Malta, but I will say all the best anyway because I do. Whatever you're doing on
Yeah.
that day, enjoy your day. And to you and Rob, don't spoil your wife and Bounty too much. Everybody on the chat, I just want to say have a great Christmas. And you can wake up on Christmas morning and look at that Premier League table and say, look where we are. And that's a great present. That's the first present you can open in the morning, isn't it?
That's the best
No,
present.
We got the best present from St. Nick, if you forget. 3 points against the Visitors.
We did the Visitors, that's the one. So I will end the stream there. Have a great Christmas, guys, and we'll see you
guys,
on the other
and I'll
side
see
when we're
you
playing Leeds.
live